Thank you for joining this live video for today. We're going to wait for a couple of more people to jump in. We're excited to showcase our new up-and-coming product from Perception Neuron here. So stay tuned. We're going to do a quick demo for everyone to look at. All right, so with me I have Abdiel, who's our character designer, creator. He's going to be demoing the suit, and I have Alex Alvarez behind the scenes. A little bit of production there for the live stream. He's going to be answering the questions during this, during the chat, and also going to be sharing some questions to bring up during the live stream. So let's wait maybe a minute or two. Alex, you give me the call. All right, so we're just hanging in there for a bit.
People are saying hi, Daniel.
All right, hello. Awesome, always great to connect with our users and anyone who's new to the Perception Neuron product line motion capture. Welcome, excited to have you join us. We can also do demos. We'll save the questions for after the introduction of the products, what's going on with what we're up to. And then we'll do a Q&A afterwards, so stay tuned. We'll try to keep this nice and short for everyone.
Cool. So I think we can start.
Join. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome, awesome. Great, great, great. All right, everyone. Again, just thank you for joining us to this live stream today, August 16th. We hope a lot of our users are watching in, are welcome backs, and anyone who's going to be joining us, thank you for looking at the video. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the slides here. I want to thank everyone who's joining us this video. We're going to have a quick discussions on the following topics. The discussions are a couple of the events that we've been going to for the past month. We actually just came back from SIGGRAPH. We're going to show you some pictures really quick of what we did. We're going to be talking about the new product, Perception Neuron Face Capturing Helmet. This has been a wide requested product line from our users, so we're excited to have this readily available. We're also going to bring up the Mocap market. I love to bring this topic up because it's out there free for everyone to use. I want to remind everyone to come and join and just sign up and use the Mocap data. We're also going to be doing a quick brief of the Mocap capture work that we do in Miami and also in Los Angeles as well. And we'll wrap up with the questions, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about the events that we've been going through. As I mentioned, we did SIGGRAPH. As you can see, Abdiel here is showcasing the helmet. This is an early prototype of the helmet. This was 3D printed. We've come a long way since we started that. Abdiel, who is next to me, who's on that show for 2023. We did some sessions for live Mocap demos, showcase some face capturing stuff for a lot of our users out there. We also did, the next one, we also did Content Tokyo. Again, just another showcase that we were doing real-time data. We're showcasing to our users a lot of the foot motions, the motions of what entitles the Mocap data there. So a lot of users were excited to see that real-time. Again, a couple of the points that we were just talking about right now. And also, what we just wrapped up literally last week was SIGGRAPH. SIGGRAPH 2023. This was the 50th anniversary. So we were excited to go into that conference. It was really good to see a lot of our users. Abdiel, our team members were there. They were showcasing the same thing with full body and a face capture. So it was great to see a lot of our users out there again. So stay tuned. We're going to be going to more events. These are the up and coming events that we're going to be going to. The big ones is IBC 2023. If you're not familiar with that, that is the biggest broadcasting show conference worldwide hosted in Amsterdam. So we're going to be out there for September, which is right around the corner. So if you're going to that event, please make sure you drop us an email. We'll love to see you at the show. If you want to have a couple of drinks after the show just to chit chat and talk, we're more than happy to have you come along and join the team. So that is for IBC. And we're also going to be going to GitTex Global 2023. That's going to be in Dubai. That's in October. So we're midway through the year, and these events are coming by so fast. So we have a couple of more events after October. We're hanging on to those events, not for announcement yet, but we're gonna go to those events pretty soon after that. But yeah, September and October, they're gonna come right around the corner. If you have questions about attending the show, getting access to the show, send us an email. We'll connect with you. So before I get to the next slide here, the next section here, I just want to reach out to Alex. Any other questions that I should cover?
No questions. I think just in addition to just having wrapped up SIGGRAPH, I think one of the big things that we're really happy to see and be able to do was be part of the Autodesk booth, since it's been a while since they've been at SIGGRAPH.
Yes.
So we had on-site demos and presentations showcasing workflows with Perception Neuron, both with PN3 and PN Studio, essentially using 3ds Max, Maya, and of course we're compatible with Motion Builder. And I think, I don't know if it's already released on the website, but Maya 2024 is ready.
Yeah, so before the show, we were working with Autodesk to join their booth, and we worked on updating the plugin for 2024, Autodesk Maya 2024. We're going to be releasing that pretty soon on the website, so stay tuned for that. That's going to allow users to stream all the hardware, PN32, PN Pro, PN Studio, PN3, all the hardware over to Maya. So it's compatible across all the board with all our suits. So our users can send the data to the characters. That's great for testing the characters, weight painting, getting the emotion of the character, seeing how that real-time data affects your character rather than just seeing it stiff and just a regular pose. So we're going to release that as well. And again, we want to thank our Autodesk partners who allowed us to be at the booth, take part of a series of different classes they were doing every hour. So it was exciting to see what they had in store and allowed us as well to showcase our technology with their software. So that was great. So going to the next portion here, which is the big announcement that we want to share with everybody, is the Perception Neuron face capture helmet. This has been in the works for a couple of years now. A lot of requests. We've tweaked the design. We work with companies out there. We got a lot of different feedback from users. We improved how durable the hardware is. This is essentially the face capture helmet that we're going to be showcasing today. Just a little close-up picture so everyone can see what it looks like. We're going to obviously have this in real time for you. Again, the pricing is more or less $600 for the hardware. We're going to release that. It's already been released this week, so you can visit our website, neuronmocap.com, and it's ready for purchase. And then, like I mentioned, it supports iPhone X phones as well. So just going through a couple of the features about the helmet. It is lightweight, weighs about approximately 600 grams. It's one size fits most with adjustable mechanism. So we have different interest points where you can adjust, the size of the helmet for, the proximity of the helmet, so it fits comfortable. It doesn't feel uncomfortable, feels rather comfortable. You can wear this all day. I believe the guys who went to SIGGRAPH were wearing the helmet for about 8 hours for the entire day without any strain on your neck, any strain on your head. So it's quite comfortable for performers out there. It's a universal phone holder that fits iPhone X and above, so keep that in mind. It has a little cradle that you can slide in an iPhone X or above, and that'll work great for the hardware. It is a patent pending design, so like I mentioned, the design has been thought out very well. It's very well put together. The parts are durable, great for a lot of performance. And it's a compact form factor. So we're all used to seeing a lot of the helmets being the GoPro helmets that we've seen a lot, that they're extremely heavy. Sometimes we had users have counterweights in the back. and it ends up being extremely heavy just because of the iPhone is sticking out in front of you. This is rethinking that idea where the iPhone should be at the top of the head so that it's comfortable on the weight of your neck. Now, me as a person who has a lot of back problems, this is ideal because you can essentially wear this all day without any strain, without any pain in your neck. So this is a really unique design that we want to showcase and make it available for our users. So it's a very compact form factor, like we mentioned. So like I mentioned, the design eliminates the need for counterbalance. So when you have the phone, which is it's quite heavy, and you have counterbalance in the back, you're basically, anytime you swing your head back or forth, you're basically moving that weight, almost double your weight on your head back and forward. And as you do the performance, it adds up to the performance stress on the performer. So you don't want to have that added to your performer. So it's quite ideal for that. So room to place external battery or mic. So we have also a compartment to put the battery on the helmet and your microphone. So it is ideal, so you can essentially extend the battery life on your phone. It's also comfortable to put a microphone. Obviously you want to capture not only face, but also audio for your performer. So all of this has been thought out pretty well so that we can cover a lot of the different aspects of recording mocap data for the face and audio as well. So this is a quick video that I wanted to showcase for our users. This is a video that I wanted to demo for our users. If we can look at the laptop, yeah, there we go. So the video that I'm sharing with you essentially showcases what the helmet sees when you put the camera on top of your head. So what we're using is interest points where there's a reflector. Think about a camera where you have a mirror and you have the sensor, right, where it's going to be capturing an image. We're essentially thinking that same process, except we're just using this for motion capture, for face capture. And you can see through this animation here, the video that I'm showcasing, where Abdiel, who's testing out the face capture, and he's essentially doing face expressions. He's sending this over to the mocap animator. Now, this is an example that we're using as post-processing. It is possible to use this for post-processing where you put the camera, the iPhone on top and you hit record. And you can send that data over to Unreal Engine. That is an option. But for most use cases, we want users to have use this for real-time data. So this is an example of just using pre-recorded data. We see the performer doing some face expressions, sending it over to mocap animator, and then you have the data completely clean, ideal for your MetaHuman. So it is data that we've tested. It works. So it's perfect. It's ideal for a lot of different use cases. So any other questions before I move on, Alex? Awesome.
No, you're good to go.
All right, awesome. So we wanted to make sure everyone saw that video, so you see the quality of video the iPhone sees and the output data you get into your MetaHumans. So we're going to do a quick demo before we move on to the next slide here. So let's go ahead and we're going to locate the helmet. So Abdiel's going to grab the helmet. We'll stop, yeah, there. And then let me go ahead and make sure that we can see this portion here. Yeah, so we're going to put the iPhone on the cradle. The camera is essentially going to go right under the mirror. We're going to tighten that so that we can make sure that the iPhone is nice and snug. Quick rotation. You see we have a little knob there to fit the iPhone perfectly. All right, so we have a couple of straps on the, so let me get the focus here. All right, so there we go. That's the first knob that you see there. It's going to be the knob to fit the radius of the helmet around your head. And then we're going to put the helmet on top. We're going to adjust the back end of that. So if you're familiar with a lot of VR headsets, kind of the same idea. All right. And you can see it's very fitted, comfortable. There's not much of strain on his head. He's free to move around without any extra weight that can cause any strain on his neck. All right, so we'll go ahead and focus on this camera here. So we have the mirror on the front here. The mirror is essentially receiving the face, is sending out the reflection of the face over to the secondary mirror, which is directly on top of the lens of the iPhone. So it's really simple, straightforward, nothing much to that idea. So we're gonna go ahead and do a quick live demo. Are we ready to, you're all set, comfortable? So you can see that even though he has a helmet on top, he still has the Perception Neuron Studio sensor on the front. If you're gonna be, you can also put the sensor on the back of the neck here if you want. That's the head sensor. It could go in the back here, or it can go in the front. It's actually personal preference. Personally, I like putting the one in the back just so I can have my forehead, free from a lot of, the sensor placement there. But we're good to go. We've already suited up with Abdiel. Let me go ahead and step back so Abdiel can step in here. So Alex, go ahead and zoom into the other camera so they can see the full body. So as you can see, Abdiel has a full body Perception Neuron Studio suit and the gloves. A lot of our users don't really focus on the bodysuit because it's such a small form factor, but he has the simple Velcro straps to hold the sensors on, and he has a helmet on top. So I'll go ahead and jump into Axis Studio here. So just bear with me 1 second. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick calibration of the suit here. So we're gonna show you so everyone can see the process. So Abdiel, go ahead and stand right here. We're gonna do the posture calibration. I'll go ahead and execute the posture calibration here, and there's 5 steps that we're gonna do. First one's gonna be T-pose. Then it's gonna be the A pose. And begin to walk in 3, 2, 1. Start walking. And stop. Okay. B pose, lift palms up. Pinch pose. Okay, so go ahead and walk around. So we just completed the posture calibration. What that does, it aligns the avatar over to the performer's posture. So you can see this is real time. He can walk around freely. There's no restrictions. There's no magic going around here. It's simply motion capture data from our suit real time. So we already have Unreal Engine going live on my computer here, so we can demo the system. All I did behind the scenes from Axis Studios, we're sending the data through real-time BVH broadcasting here. This is the BVH broadcast, and we're sending BVH capture data. We just simply have metahuman skeleton selected. We have displacement deselected, TCP data, so that the data can go through the network with the right IP address and port number. And that's going to send over data to our live link. So let me go ahead and jump into Unreal Engine here. So you can see that we have the Unreal Engine reading. It essentially has our Perception Neuron live Mocap data received from Axis Studio, and we also have the iPhone data as well. So you're gonna apologize because the hair from metahumans can act up a little bit. Let's see if we go into here. So you see the data there. Let's see, resume that. And then just bear with us here. Okay, so we have the iPhone data there, right? Come down, there we go. Yeah, go. And then obviously Abdiel will troubleshoot this live. This is just a metahuman little bug here, so we're gonna make sure that we're getting everything sorted out. Mm-hmm. So we're just wait for, okay. Yeah, we're just waiting for the computer just to wake up a little bit, and we'll showcase that. So it's a straightforward process. There's nothing, no magic to it. It's just strictly raw data to the metahumans blueprint. So we're looking at we're just doing a small debugging right now. Okay, just still debugging here with Unreal. Okay. All right, so we're still debugging. 1 second here. So now we're getting a little bit of help here to check the. All right, so 1 second while we just debug the Unreal Engine blueprint here, just to see what's going on, and we'll showcase a real-time demo soon.
So whatever it is that you put on the
All right, so we're just waiting for the team to resolve the situation so we can make sure that we have the blueprint ready to go. Again, like I mentioned, the data is straightforward. It's just coming from Access Studio over to our Live Link plugin that we have. And then the iPhone is using the Unreal Engine Live Link, Live Face for the face data capture.
Do you want to answer a few questions in the meantime?
Yeah, we can answer a couple of questions while the team just debugs the face data into the metahuman. So let me know.
Cool. So, ooh, no, I lost the chat. So chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, question: the helmet, at least the way that FDO has it on. Some questions about if that's going to affect performance, especially with the eyebrows, because it looks kind of low, as well as the positioning of the strap.
Yeah, in that case, you would essentially move the sensor back to the head, right, so that you have a little bit of freedom on the eyebrows. Even though you have that in front of you, the iPhone face data is able to capture that real time, despite having that obstruction. But if you want to have more freedom, if you have somebody who has extreme eyebrow expressions, you can put the sensor in the back so you don't miss a beat of that expression. So I just want to check in with my team. So we're going to calibrate real quick. So let's go ahead and just do this process. Let's see here. So stay still. We're going to reset the posture there. There we go. And then now we can go ahead and jump into the Unreal Engine scene. And we can also see that this is real time. So let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. You see the expressions on the avatar, the metahumans. So let's have a look at that. This is how it works. This is real-time data. It's capturing natural motion of his face expression, sending it over to metahumans. His body movement is also being captured. Abdiel, feel free to move around. This is the beauty of the product here. And I think the scene might cut him off, but you can still see a little bit of the silhouette. That this is real time. This is not just kind of showcasing just the upper body, just the face. We want everyone to know that this is real time, showing every single portion of the body. So you have the performer's expression top to bottom, and this is ideal for performance capture. How does it feel, Abdiel? Just
Lightweight.
lightweight?
Yeah.
All right, great, great. So any questions from the audience there, Alex?
Yes.
All right.
Are you able to export takes and data to Unreal Engine MetaHuman skeletons, or does it have to be live streamed into UE?
Well, we just did the Mocap animator, the MetaHuman animator, right? So you can record data, right? Through the LiveLink app from Unreal, you can record the data, send that data over to Unreal Engine to compute the face capturing data. We are working internally on a perception on face capture software. It's under development right now, where it's going to be a standalone software where it can trigger recording in Access Studio and also record face data. Once you're done with the recording, then you can export that over to Maya for usage of your character. So that's another project that we're working on.
But what about for Perception Neuron, just on its own?
Perception.
Do you have to stream data into metahumans, or can you export data into metahumans?
Yeah, you can export data. Yeah, from Access Studio, you just simply export that data and then import that into the blueprints for usage of game characters or something like that. So yeah, you can do that.
So there is an option for the metahuman skeleton in the drop-down menu of Access Studio, correct?
For the export,
Yeah.
at the moment where it's being worked on right now, we have a retargeting tool that handles that process. Mm-hmm. So that retargeting tool will essentially receive mocap data into a generic metahuman skeleton. You import the data from Access Studio, then use the retargeting tool to export it over to Unreal Engine. So there is a pipeline for that.
Do you just want to drop questions?
They can drop questions.
All right.
Go for it. So go ahead and move forward. Let's see. Yeah.
Is there any other character scenes that we're gonna do, or is we're gonna just do metahumans?
Right now we only have metahumans to showcase, which is
All right.
Yeah, which is the one that everyone's using these days. But I think metahumans is by far the most complicated setup from a lot of our users, and then basically we want everyone to see that it's working correctly. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the slideshow. I just want to wrap up that the real-time demo. All right, great. And then we'll touch back base on the next one once we finish this part. So going back to the slideshow where we're showcasing the helmet, stuff like that. So I just want to touch base on the features that we have with the face capturing helmet, that we're able to capture face, send it over to metahumans, just in case you missed that one. So going to the next slideshow, I want to touch base with the Mocap market. The Mocap market, for everyone, it's free for everyone to use. We have tons of animations that we're going to be uploading pretty soon. We have libraries for everyone to use is using Creative Commons license. It's free for everyone to use in their projects professionally, as a hobbyist, etc. So don't forget about that. That's the website is it's mocap.market. Sign up. All you need to do is provide an email address, and you'll have access to all the mocap data in our. We've worked extremely hard on the platform. Believe it or not, the mocap data has been worked minimal. It's just because the mocap data from Access Studio just works. So that hasn't been touched up with Motion Builder. It's just been basically retargeted to our skeleton and then imported into the platform and ready to go. So Just touching base with the motion capture work, just reminding everyone, we have studios in LA, so if you're in the LA area, don't forget to visit our office. We're more than happy to host you there. Hope Lavelle, she's our mocap manager out there. They do every work from professional, commercial, film. They also have stunt performers available on call. So if you have a project video and you don't know where to start, Hope Lavelle is a person to contact for this, and she'll give you a lot of the different insights. All right, so questions. Any questions that we have from our users?
Yeah, so I will drop things down. So this is a question from Ivis. Do we have any way to capture characters made in Character Creator that are not metahuman?
Characters that are not...
That are made in, outside of metahuman. So assumingly like best way to capture characters that are done using Character Creator, iClone pipeline, things like that. What's the best way to do that?
I'm trying to understand the question. Give me 1 second, just troubleshooting here. If you're going to be using if you're going to use iClone, you can import iClone characters into Unreal, right? You can use Unreal's pipeline. If you're going to be using, for example, the Character Creator for characters, then you can use iClone. You can use Relution's live face feature, which is similar to the Unreal Engine workflow. It's super simple because a lot of the pipeline it's already very simple. Once you get your character inside of iClone, you do the retargeting into you retarget your character essentially. Everything else will fit in the pipeline. When it comes to the face capturing, you just have to make sure you assign the blend shapes over to their target blend shapes, and then everything will work. And then you can essentially use a live face camera. Give me 1 second here. Any other questions?
Yes. So people are just commenting that they like the new design. Great for weight distribution like we've been talking about.
Right.
I think if you want to briefly touch on the fact that right now we are not using a strap around the neck or chin strap, but we do have one that we will provide.
Yeah, we do have a small little chin strap for users. To be honest, without the chin strap, it feels comfortable. The chin strap just makes it more secure if you're going to be jumping. If the performer is going to be doing a lot of movements. But again, it's just a simple Velcro chin strap that we put under the chin, and it'll hold the sensor in place, the helmet in place.
Additional questions would be, what's the best use case for the headset? Do you think it's in a live scenario? Is it for post? What's the best way to go about using this headset if someone wants to make a purchase for it?
So the best use case would be live stream, just because the live stream is going to be the best ideal process to use. You don't want to essentially, it's just the best usage for the helmet when you do a live stream, because you get the real-time data into your application, especially for Unreal Engine. And my apologies here, we just have a little puppy in the show that wants to be part of the show. So yeah, any other questions that might come in?
Do we have a mechanism or syncing the mocap data and audio capture?
So right now we recently onboarded a hardware called, software called PO Capture. And PO Capture, I talked about it yesterday. And essentially PO Capture, what it does is syncs up the audio, video, and the motion capture data. So they're using our Mocap API that allows their software to communicate with our software. Whenever you replace the name, it'll replace the name on Access Studio, and also trigger recording. It'll provide you time code. So as a producer, as a person to be working with mocap data, is super ideal. So again, that's PO Capture. You could go to Google and find PO Capture online, and that'll be able to, you'll be able to get more details on that software.
Yeah, I think if people go to our last live stream, we talked about it a little bit,
We
as
did
well
talk
as
about it.
provided links
Yes.
to PO capture and kind of demonstrated the workflow and processes, because as of right now,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it has been done where we've been just doing direct capture, mocap, using reference footage. And now we
Right.
can add in elements for the facial capture as well, so there are ways to sync up audio,
Yeah.
video, mocap data, and facial capture at the same time.
Yeah, if you're doing this by yourself, where you're triggering everything one by one, and you're trying to keep a log of things, that could be a nightmare. PO capture is a dream come true for a producer, a VFX supervisor, where at the end of the day they don't care. They just know that whenever you hit record, everything's gonna sync up and log correctly. So that's something to keep in mind. Any other questions? Just making sure.
Yes, so I think actually on this slide, Daniel, you have, because someone's asking if they want to make an appointment to visit the LA studio,
Yes.
what's the best times for visiting? Where can they go do that? Do you have Hope's contact on there? Do you have the
Yeah,
link to the LA studio? Do you
I
want
do-
to pop
I-
that up real quick so people can take a look at
I
that?
do have it. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if I can. 1 second. I have to go through the slides so that we can see that portion. So give me 1 second. So yeah, the LA studio is available from 9 to 6, I believe. You can send us an email. You can go to the website, neuronstudios.com. It's a huge production studio. So when you go into there, you're gonna meet one of 10 different studios are out there. We're the main mocap studio for this building production house. And Hope Lavelle will more than happy host you at the studio. There's an address and a website to reach out to them.
Great. So,
All right.
perfect. And people can do the same thing if they want to come visit the Miami office, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
So-
So we're also open door family here. So if you're in Miami, just like a layover, to be honest, or just want to kick back and just look around Miami, just feel free to stop by our office. We're about 10 minutes away from the airport. So you can come around here. We can do demos. We can also introduce you to our team. We have demos for inertial-based capture. We also have demos for our Neuron VPS system, which is optical tracking and inertial system together, which is another product that we have.
Perfect. Give me one moment because I'm
Sure.
dropping a couple links down here.
Sure, sure.
People want to know what Leia's name was.
Ah.
They were curious. They want dog mocap. They want to know who she is.
Right, yeah. We just rescued the dog last week, so it's for all those who are not familiar with Miami. Miami is extremely hot these days, so whenever we see pets out there, we want to make sure they're safe and sound, hydrated, and they don't run any risk health-wise. So we're having her for a couple of weeks until we find her a home.
Her forever home, yeah.
Yeah.
Questions. People are asking in regards to
Yeah.
outside of body mocap, what do you suggest for prop tracking, whether it's a sword, a gun, or for a VCam?
Yeah.
What can someone do if they want to use perception neuron and they want to add that on?
So we do have a solution. Just mentioned a little while ago is Neuron VPS. That solution is introducing our inertial-based capture system with camera-based. And with the help of the camera-based, we're able to do prop tracking, VCam work. We can do up to 5 characters, right? And each character can have 1 or 2 props. And we also have a director's camera to track virtually. So that's our Neuron VPS. You can go to our website, neuronmocap.com. We do have a special link there in the top menu that shows Neuron VPS. We have more information on that. If you have questions or you want a demo, just reach out to us. We can set up a demo. We have a team ready, available to just kind of talk to you about how the solution works, what are your needs, and we can just go from there and touch base.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This I think we can do either make a video or a live stream because people do want to see this. There's a couple questions on the chat for multiple use avatars at the same time, both for PN Studio and for PN3.
Okay.
So one, if you have suggestions on multiple character avatars, being used at the same time, and definitely something to consider in terms of pipeline for us to make more videos and probably a live stream on both suits.
I think that would be best to showcase in a video. You know, just to see. We touched base on that earlier this week, on showing everyone how to use the mocap data for different characters. We do support. We're widely compatible with different characters out there. We're like, you know, human IK, metahuman, Mixamo, stuff like that. So that's going to cover a lot of the most usage that we have out there. So we're going to cover that either. We could probably do another live stream or another video. So that's a great point for us to keep in mind.
Perfect. Hold on. Let me check a couple things. Some people want to know if we can do, obviously, more in-depth videos, but you were mentioning early on in the live stream, where can people go if they want to talk to us directly, possibly book a demo, have a one-on-one where we can answer their questions if they're not able to find something directly online?
Yeah, so book a demo. We have our link there on neuromocap.com. We have a nice red button for you to click on. We're available from 9 to 6. You're also welcome to call us. Believe it or not, we have a direct line. If you do call, I will pick up. So if you want to talk to me directly, feel free to call me. Users call me for anything from questions, doubts, technical support. So we're definitely you know, a direct line for a lot of our users, and we've handled that from day one. So we love to connect with our users straight from the get-go.
Best way, and I guess we'll wrap up in the next couple, 5 to 10 minutes. We'll kind of go through a couple more questions. What's the best way to perform the walking calibration? Because I know it can be a little bit tricky, especially as a solo performer. And if you don't do it correctly, there may be some sort of discrepancies in the data. So suggestions to make sure that you get that correct and what to look out for. So
first of all, the W pose, which is the walking posture, is what initiates the anti-mag mode. That's our new anti-mag mode, which will read the environment and adjust the sensors over to work to your environment correctly. 9 times out of 10, you're going to go for that posture calibration. If you're working by yourself, I typically like to have the computer, for example, offset to my right or left, and you want to make sure you have 5 steps to go for, right? I've gotten used to the motion capture triggers, you know, for the posture calibration, where I hear the little audible noise, and that tells me what posture to hit. Obviously, it's a little bit tougher. What you could do is possibly work with a wireless mouse and just work that way. You know, essentially, that's one way to do it. But the right posture to do for the walk cycle is you're essentially going to be doing a T-pose first, so we're going to do the T-pose real quick. Then you're going to do the A-pose, and then when you're done with the A-pose, you're going to see a countdown. The countdown means you're going to prepare to walk, so you're going to count 3, 2, 1. Once that countdown completes, you're going to begin to walk 5 steps. So you're slowly 3, 2, 1, stop. Once you stop, essentially that's going to be where you put your palms together up front. There's going to be another countdown, 3, 2, 1, lift your palms up. And then you do the pinch pose. Now, the W pose, we don't want you to have so much of a robotic movement. You want to have somewhat of a natural movement. I know a lot of users might want to go, you know, very robotic. You can have a natural posture. The most important thing, you just don't want to be slouched while you're doing this, and you don't want to be overextended. The most important thing is you want to be upright, comfortable, and then you walk correctly moving forward. Yeah, perfect. So we've done it a couple of times. If you need coaching or a little bit of help, how to get it through, just let us know through email, or we can set up a call. Any other questions? I'm hoping that answered that question.
Yeah, let us know if it didn't.
All right.
Just, Leia, I think just in general, I had a poll in the beginning of the the session.
Cool.
And it wasn't necessarily a question that was related necessarily to even PN, but just more in terms of how vital facial capture is
Oh,
to
okay.
our users.
That's great.
Right?
That's
So I
great.
posed, how important is facial capture to your workflow? And with 60% of the votes, it says very. I use it daily. So
Oh, okay.
that is
It's good to know.
VTubers, which is what I put there as an example. VTubers
Yeah.
and streamers. 35% of the users say somewhat. So they record it and use it for post.
Okay.
6%, now it's 5%, say they don't use it at all. It is not important.
Okay. But a good, more than half of the
Yeah.
audience. Okay, that's great to hear. Which is why we focus on making this readily available for our users. So this is something exciting to hear, and we'll deep dive into getting more videos out there on the process of using the face capturing and the body capture for characters, because we've gone beyond full body body capture. We want to add the face capture, and Leia's over here. All right, so
Yeah,
I
so
think-
any suggestions, I guess, just we can wrap up with, I think, one final question from me,
Yeah.
and then we'll head out, which is, knowing that those are the numbers and statistics, what sort of recommendations do you have in place for someone who wants to be a VTuber, wants to get started as a VTuber? What's recommended hardware, what software tools are available within Access Studio that they can work with that will be beneficial for them?
Right now, it's kind of an open realm for a lot of users using face capturing. Just bear with us 1 second here while we have the little pup. So what we recommend users is do a lot of research. There's a lot of different outlets for the VTuber section. Right now, there's a lot of software in Steam. So if you go to Steam software, you can download a lot of software that does VTubers for you. I think the biggest start off is finding out what character you want to develop. There's a couple of tools where you can use that allow you to create, generic characters, anime characters, and it'll produce a VRM file for you. VRM is the file format where it's a universal format that you can import into a lot of VTuber software. So get comfortable with VRM, how you want to develop your character, and the software you want to use. I think the software is the most important part. Because there's different softwares that focus on small audience, big audience. I think Steam has a lot of VTuber software out there, so you can play around with them. Alex, do you know which one off the top of your head?
There's so many.
So many?
Honestly,
Okay.
there's so many that we're posting on Twitter and people are making on a daily basis.
Okay.
People can use something like animes.
Oh, animes is good, yeah.
There's like 310, which is a Japanese
310.
software. So you can probably find something out there for pretty much any type of use case, whether it's 2D, 3D. People use Unreal Engine.
Right.
So it's really just a preference in terms
Yeah,
of
it's
character
just-
design and
Yeah, it's-
environment.
I think a lot of research, and then you'll get comfortable where you want to use. It depends on you want to get very advanced level with tweaking, or you want to just use a generic character. So it all depends on where you're coming from as a developer, or just kind of using it as a novice or hobbyist. So yeah, just a lot of research, and then you'll get comfortable with VRM software, and then our hardware comes in at the end, where we just input the data to your character. And then now with the face capture helmet, that part is solved, because most software applications do use the iPhone as a face capture, because it's just a simple application to use. Okay, so I think that's it, no?
Yeah, I'll add one more, just because it kind of came in a little bit late in
Okay,
terms of
no,
this
no.
stuff, which is,
No worries.
especially in this case, it's is a PN3 sensor mocap quality reliable like the PN Studio version? So what's the difference in terms of the quality? Can you expect the same? Is there a difference? Why choose one over the other, especially for live streaming scenarios?
For PN3 versus PN Studio?
Yes.
So PN Studio is top of the line professional. If you're going to be doing a lot of parkour movements, you're going to do athlete movements, or you're going to do a lot of fast-paced movement and high impact movements, because PN Studio has dual sensors. It's able to capture slow movement and also fast, extreme movements, right? And we're also able to support up to 240 frames per second on the Studio. If you're going to do glove, which we're doing right now, that does bring the sensors down to 96 frames per second, but it still gives you the ideal motion capture for full finger and the whole entire body with the high impact, high fast movement, right? With PN3, I kind of call it the introductory mocap. However, it is in par with PM Studio. However, there's limitations on the frame rate that you can capture, and there's also limitations on the finger motion that you can capture. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Another high important thing that I did recall is that PM Studio allows for time code. Okay, so if you're doing film production, there's time code that you need. PM Studio is the way to go. If you're going to be doing PN3, obviously you're just going to use 60 frames per second, and it's just hertz. So it's going to be, there's no time code involved. So that gives you an idea of the PM Studio as a professional tool, and PN3 as an introductory, great for just kind of simple motion capture. You can also use it for VTubers. There's no limitation. It's just whether you want to have fast movements or if you want to have full finger or not, etc. So those are things to keep in mind.
Perfect. And that is
Yeah.
it. Let me go ahead and swap here real quick.
All right.
If you want to say your final sort of sign-offs.
No, that's it. We're going to be also hosting another live stream event very soon. Stay tuned. Follow our social media links, Facebook, Instagram. Alex is going to be shooting out emails as well. So don't miss those emails out. We're going to gather a lot of feedback from our users. If you guys have suggestions for the next live stream, feel free to bring them up. We'll talk about the topic. We'll discuss about it, and we're just going to have fun. Just talk to all our users and do some questions, Q&A.
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you to everyone next time.
All right. Thank you. Cheers. Hold it.
Okay.
Man.